This is Herbert Harris, and this is our Saturday morning Millionaire Mentorship call. People are plugging in all around the country, and you can mute yourself out by pressing *6, and maybe I'll mute the lines for a moment, and then we will open them for discussion, or you can press *6 and unmute your lines. All right, let's see. All right, folks, this is Herbert Harris and our Saturday morning Millionaire Mentorship call, and this is probably, this is actually our 52nd call, so we've actually gone a year with this, and it has been my honor to share it with you. It has been a great, you might say, stabilizing or focusing force for myself to know that I had to be at a particular point in time and space every Saturday morning, no matter what. And, you know, when you can put yourself in a rhythm, in a harmonic, we actually live in a harmonic universe. We live in a universe of rhythm, of harmony, like a great symphony. And when we're in tune, when we're in harmony with the universe, with the flow of life and consciousness, our life resonates and great things happen. The impossible happens. The improbable happens. You know, we always operate in the now. And we put ourselves in rhythm with, we might say, in rhythm with the universe by our activities, our choices, and the things that we see and do. Our topic for today is, if not now, when? And you know, someone asked me, how do I pick the topics? And it's very easy to pick topics because you simply pick topics based on what you're going through yourself. You know, we can all speak about the messages that we have inside, about the things that happen to us. And so when I pick our topics for each day, it's a topic that's near and dear to me. And what I find is that there's a universal connectedness between all of us. And the things that are challenging me are often challenging many of you. And so when I share, it helps us all. So our topic, if not now, when? It's really about, we're often presented with opportunities. And, opportunity comes from really, I guess, the Greek and a Latin base, actually Latin. And it's like, it means standing at the door. And so when we live our lives from moment to moment, we stand at the door. It may be a door for change, a door for progress, a door for success, and a door for growth. And we go through that door based on anticipation and faith. So we often get a chance to meet a new friend and a new person, pass right into our space. And if you notice that throughout life, throughout the universe, we interact based on space, that when people come into our space and interact with us, we feel something. And how we interact with them are based on choices. So we may choose to speak to a person who seems warm and welcoming. Okay, we may choose to reach out to a prospect in building our business. So often we talk to people and they talk about our business, our industry, network marketing, and they have these incredible programs of using the internet and ads and all of those things, and some of them work. I'm not negative, but in the final analysis, it's always about relationship. And so very often people will come into our space, a prospect, a person who might really benefit us in our business, and we don't speak up. We don't reach out. Sometimes on a job, many of us have jobs, and a job opportunity comes along, and instead of us seizing on it, we don't. And even in business, we who are in network marketing, one of the things we often say is don't be poor. And poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. I'll say that again. Poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. And so what we find is that so often, life comes to us by a series of events and people and activities and experiences. And then we have an opportunity to interact with those experiences. And, I think often of the term, there's a term, carpe diem, Latin term, and it means seize the day. And the thought is that each day is an opportunity for growth. Each day is an opportunity for change, and you can seize it or it will pass you by. And so the question comes up is, when opportunities come, when I say if not now, when things are presented to us in the present, if not now, when? Why don't we act on these opportunities that come to us? The people that come, opportunities to make one more call, opportunities to go one more round, And let's kind of look at that for a minute, because I think that really determines where we go in life. Life is lived from moment to moment. And so when opportunities present themselves in any fashion, sometimes they're like seeds. A seed can come to us, and this seed, we can accept it by choice. And that seed can grow, and we can place it into our consciousness. And it can grow into a magnificent flower, a beautiful rose, an ear of corn, something that will benefit us. Or we can leave it where we found it, and it can dry up like a raisin in the sun. Often opportunities come to us like talents. And we know the parable of the talents. The Creator gave one person one talent, and a talent is something that you can use, something that you can build on, something that you can use to create with. All of us have talents. Okay? But in that story, the Creator gave one person one talent, gave another person 2 talents, and then gave another one 5. And the instructions were to take those talents and work with them and do things with them. Well, the person with 5 talents took those talents and worked them, and they grew into 10. The person with 2 talents took his talents and he worked with them, and they grew into 4. But the person with 1 talent said, oh, you are a challenging master and a harsh man, and I wouldn't want to lose that talent. And so I buried it, and I give it back to you just as you gave it to me. And that is really how many of us live our lives. When talents, when opportunities come to us into our space, some of them seize upon them. If not now, when? Well, we seize upon it now. There's only now in the universe. That's the only time that exists. Because you can only act in the now. You can't act tomorrow. You can't change yesterday's actions. They say often that yesterday is a canceled check, tomorrow is a promissory note, but today is legal tender, cash that you can act and operate with. So when we say, if not now, when, then as these opportunities come to us, what do we do with them? How do we choose? And, as we go through the door of opportunity, sometimes we choose, based on past failures, Fear. Fear can keep us from doing what we need to do. Fear can keep us from going one more round. Fear can keep us from making one more call. Fear can keep us from some sort of stepping up and mingling and meeting new people. Okay? Sometimes it's disappointment. Disappointment is an interesting feeling and experience, because you can look like you're doing things, but when you operate in a spirit of disappointment, and disappointment has a twin, a two-sided twin, disappointment and discouragement. And when these 2 horsemen get you, disappointment and discouragement, when you stand at the door of opportunity, when we say, if not now, that disappointment and discouragement comes into your mind, and it really creates inaction on your part. But everything is a choice. Even inaction is a choice. When you choose to not take advantage of an opportunity that has been presented to you, you've made a choice. And so when we speak again of if not now, when we put off to tomorrow what should have been done yesterday, when we don't act on the now, what happens is this: every choice has consequences. And so instead of taking action in the right now when an opportunity presents itself, and let me tell you, the universe is a powerful place. We have to have a frame of reference of positivity and abundance. And so therefore, whenever things come into our space, whenever choices are presented, whenever opportunities are presented, it is said, choose this day whom you will serve. You can choose to serve negativity, and so therefore you let discouragement, disappointment, and fear paralyze you and keep you from going another round, keep you from making one more call, keep you from just reaching out to another person, even keep you from extending your emotions. You know, some of us are so guarded about our love, about our emotions, that we don't want to show love, we don't want to show affection. But each thing that we do, each choice that we make creates a seed. And in that seed, there's a fruit that seed bears. And so the choices we make can put us in what we call rhythm with the universal vibration. We always assume that good things come to us today. We always assume the positive. And so what happens is that when we don't take action, when opportunities present themselves and we put them off through as a result of discouragement or disappointment, when we procrastinate, you know, procrastination is not only the thief of time, it is also the destroyer of dreams. And so when opportunities come to us and we procrastinate about taking action, the act of procrastination is a choice in itself, and it puts us in a rhythm of failure. You know, we live our lives basically in a series of rhythms. And when we have that rhythm of possibility, rhythm, the positivity, the rhythm that good things come to me today, you always find a parking space. When people who travel with me are always amazed, because wherever I have to go, there's always a parking space right there where I need to be to get where I have to go on time. I have some other friends like that, and you know, we call it your power of expectation. We have the ability to create the world in according with our own vision if we don't doubt. You know, it said, the master teacher said, if you tell this mountain to be cast into the sea, something that is virtually impossible, but doubt not, okay, have total conviction that it can be done, then it will happen. And so, as we live our lives, we must seize each hour, seize each day, seize each moment. And when we can make choices about what we do, if not now, there is only now. Forget when. There is only now. And how do we seize the day to get the maximum? How do we put ourselves in a rhythm and a vibration of success, in a rhythm and vibration of good health, in a rhythm and vibration of happiness? We do it by using our powers of expectation and anticipation. Henry Ford once said, if you think you're right, if you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. The power of expectation and the power of anticipation is like the rudder of a boat as you travel through the universal consciousness. And if you expect, whatever you expect, that rudder cuts a wave, and the waves go out from that boat accordingly. And so, carpe diem, to seize the day, means to use your power of expectation and anticipation that there's only good things coming to you today. That every opportunity, everything that presents itself, you know, people can look at challenges or problems, but to properly use and to put yourself in that universal flow of good things, prosperity, good health, success, we look at every opportunity, every occurrence is an opportunity for growth. Knowing with absolute certainty that we are destined for abundance, that we were put here to experience a good life, that we were not put here to suffer and be unhappy. We were put here to have good things come to us. And so each experience that comes to us is an opportunity for growth, because it is through the growth that we become all that we can be. You know, everything has pain. Everything has discomfort. And when you remain in your comfort zone, it's sort of a prediction of inactivity and that you're going to stay stuck. And you know, in life, there's no such thing as stuck. Either you're succeeding or you're failing. If you choose to not act or choose the inaction, then you get the seeds of inaction, which is generally failure and disappointment. But we change our thinking. You know, that our thinking, as they say, a man shall have whatsoever he thinks in his heart. When we begin to create and use our powers of expectation and anticipation, we begin to think that only good things come to us. Good things come to us today. That everything that we're seeking is seeking us. If it's money, that the money we're seeking is seeking us so that we can do great and powerful things to help the world. That whatever it is that we're seeking, if we have that frame of mind, that it's coming to us, that it belongs to us, that it's already us. When we do our affirmations, you know, it said, a man shall have whatsoever he saith. We literally speak our will into existence. And so when we look at each moment, we begin to treat each moment as an opportunity for growth, and we say the positive. You know, I am successful. I feel great today. Good things come to me today. One of our old money affirmations used to disturb some people, but boy, we used to say it with enthusiasm. Money loves to stay in my hands and pockets. You know, I attract money. I attract good health. I attract people who love me and want to support me. I attract people who want to help and do things with me. That when you use that change of thinking and create that frame of reference, that becomes your world outlook and your world perspective, and that is the foundation for the execution of your power of expectation and anticipation. And so, to summarize and close our discussion, there's only now. That everything, every opportunity that comes to you in your feelings of the universe and your relationship with it, you must feel inside that every opportunity that comes to you, whether it looks like a challenge or whether it looks like a blessing, is always a blessing. It's always an opportunity for you to grow. Sometimes you need a little pain and challenge to force you to grow to another level. Even the eagle has to be kicked out of the nest. We can only that's an interesting point. Thank you so much. That pain and challenge can make you grow to another level. It absolutely does, in each and every way. And so, folks, if not now, it's only now. There is no when. It's only now. And we face each day knowing that this day is going to bring us great things. We face each day using our powers of expectation and anticipation, expecting the good to come to us. Those who are building our business, expecting people to just be rushing to join us in our business. Those of you who are just changing our lives and growing to new situations, expecting the right people to come into your space to complement that which you're doing. And most of all, expecting tomorrow to be a lot greater, a lot more successful than today. Our closing affirmation is, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. I'll say it again. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And remember this, that the best is yet to come. All right, folks, let me open our lines and get our feedback and discussion.